What's up? So I've been getting a lot of more questions from a lot of people about how to start racing or riding mini bikes on the track in Okinawa. So I'm just gonna run you guys through a little quick explanation on what we do here and how you can get started. So first and foremost, we ride 3 tracks here in Okinawa. Kukuru, that's in Yomitan Circuit. We also ride Multifield, which is in Okinawa City. And then we ride at Okinawa Kartland, that's down south in Itamon near Peace Prairie Park. The Kukuru and Multifield are the 2 tracks that we race at. And we practice at Kukuru a lot, Multifield not so much. And then at Okinawa Kartland, we practice there a lot because it's the cheapest and we get a full day there. Plus, we know the owners, so we practice there a lot. If you want to get into this, there is the quickest way to figure out what it's about and getting into it is if you already have a suit, boots, gloves, and a helmet. You can go down a Kukuru on one. I'm sorry, not Kukuru. You can go to Okinawa Kartland on one of their bike days, and they actually have a Grom now that they'll let you rent. The Grom is 3,000 yen to rent. It's 3,000 yen to ride the track. And then if you crash the Grom, it's 5,000 yen if anything's messed up. Or I'm pretty sure it's if you crash it at all, it's 5,000 yen. But just don't crash. You'll be all right. That'll be the quickest way for you to just see what it's about. If you want to get into it yourself with your own stuff, first thing you're going to need is a bike. So all the bikes that we ride are in between 50cc and I believe 250 for 4-stroke. And then for 2-stroke, they're in between 50cc and 120, I believe, is the highest you can go if you want to race. And if you're with a normal bike, it's 12-inch wheels. And if you have a scooter, like one of the 50cc scooters that's pretty much bone stock, it's 10-inch wheels. And if you have a 50cc kids bike, those are also 10-inch wheels. You can't race with anything with like a 17 or 14, 17, like the dirt bikes, things like that. You have to run the 12-inch wheels. The bikes that we race, I'll let you know, are NSF 100s, NSR 50s, Honda Groms, the Z125s, and then obviously the KX112, which is what I have, KX85, YZ85, and CRF 150s. And then if you want to get a scooter, you can do that and do the scooter racing too. I'm not really too familiar with what the scooter brands and models are, but you can get a scooter. If you just want to do track days, you can just get a bike, get the schedule from the tracks. One of them is online. If you're online, there is Kukuru has a line chat where they post their schedules and you reserve your spot there. And then Multifield, you can actually go on their website. They have a schedule on their website. You can put the website in English. You can look at the schedule and you can figure out the days to go there. But Multifield doesn't have very many days. They kind of cater to the drifters, so you got to figure out which days they have, and it's mostly during the week. So if you're only able to make it on the weekends, Multifield may be out of the question. And then Okinawa Kartland, they have a schedule on their website too if you Google Okinawa Kartland. And they're pretty much every other weekend they'll do bikes, and then the opposite weekends they'll do cars. So you just got to figure out which weekend you can go to Okinawa Kartland. So now that we got all that out of the way, if you do want to race, basically the NSF 100s are already set up for racing. You can go buy one of those, either brand new or find one used. They're already ready to go, set up for racing, set up for the track. Groms, same thing. You may have to change a couple things to make it track ready or race ready, but you can buy a Grom, you can show up, you can race it, you can ride it, be good to go. NSR 50, same thing. Buy one, show up, race it, ride it, good to go. If you do want to get one of the supermotos like this style, you kind of have to do a little work for those. So they come with dirt bike tires on them, and you have to fit the 12-inch wheels with the street tires to the bike. And There are some places out there that sell like fully ready to go kits. Some of us put our own together. We figure out the spacing and all that type of stuff, but it is possible. And if you're a bigger guy, this is probably the way to go. If you're a smaller guy, the NSF 100, those are amazing bikes to start out on and to ride the track. I will say this, everyone in GF racing right now started out on a used bike that we bought from someone else that needed work. We did the work to the bike. We upgraded the bike. We spent a bunch of money on it. And then after about a year or so, we all realized that we were wasting our money and our time. And we all went out and bought brand new bikes. With the yen rate right now, brand new bike is the way to go. You can get a Supermoto or a NSF 100 for anywhere between $3,000 or $4,000, and for the Supermotos you spend another maybe $500 to $1,000, and you got a bike that's good to go. You know the maintenance on it, you know everything about it, and you just show up to the track and ride. The used bikes you're going to end up working on. You're going to show up to the track, ride a couple laps, bring it back in, have to work on it. So my advice to everyone is to get a brand new bike. If you just want to try it out, just see what it's about, you can go ahead and get a used bike. It's not the end of the world. Groms are pretty much bulletproof, so if you get a Grom just to try it out, that's a good starter. That'll get you on the track. It'll get you figuring out like how to ride on the track, what everything's about, and then you can go from there, decide if you want to get something bigger or faster. Last thing, you're going to need a vehicle. As you see, I have my van, and this is what I take my bikes to the track with. But you are going to need a vehicle to carry your bike to the track. None of our bikes are street legal. You could, however, like I said, if you get a Grom, you could keep the plates on that, ride that to the track. Most of the tracks just want you to tape up the headlights and anything glass or plastic so that it doesn't break and shatter on the track. But for the most part, if you want to get into the racing part of it, you're going to need a non-street legal bike and a vehicle to take it to the track for you. Last thing, if you have any questions, Matt Mullins on Facebook, you can hit me up, shoot me a PM. I'll answer any questions. I can help you figure out what you need to do to get into this sport. The minis is the lowest barrier to entry, but it's also just as much fun, sometimes more, than the big bikes and the big tracks, because you're not worried about how much money you're going to lose if you toss your bike down the track. You're not worried about how injured you can get because the speeds aren't that high. So I believe this is one of the best ways to enjoy this sport without the huge financial obligations or the huge safety risk. So if you want to get out on the track, please hit me up. I'm more than welcome to give you advice. Most of the people in GG or in GF racing are happy to give advice, and hopefully you guys can get out there and enjoy this. And in the next video, I'll basically pull all my stuff out and I'll show you guys exactly what we take to the track. If you want to get in racing, I'll show you like everything that we need for it. I'll show you our suits, our helmets, tire warmers, stands, bike, canopy, generators, tools, all that good stuff, just to show you guys what we take to the track, what we use, and that'll give you a better idea if maybe this is something you want to get into. All right, peace.